जी Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel, Learn and Grow with Faraz. I hope you are all doing okay. You are all doing fine. In our previous lecture, actually, we studied about various sources of communication, and we actually discussed how different communication sources they appeal to the consumers, and on the basis of those sources, consumer buy or not buy your product. Today we will move to our next, you can say, slides. I will keep on reading from the slide, and then I will explain my content for you. In this way, things will be very helpful for you. Okay, it is just an advertisement which is showing to you, which is appearing on your screen, on your mobile or laptop screens. It says, why are consumers likely to perceive this ad as credible? For example, when a consumer sees this ad, consumer watches this ad, why will consumer consider it as an credible ad? The reason is, okay, let's see. A glamorous celebrity endorser is more likely to be perceived as a credible source, especially for a hedonistic product. It's saying glamorous celebrity. First one is, there is a celebrity which is endorsing this product. A famous celebrity is endorsing the product. That's why consumer trust their celebrities. The consumer perceive that their celebrities will not tell a lie to them. Their If this celebrity is endorsing this product, then this product would be credible. So basically, there is a trust on the celebrity, which is actually reflected in the products. And hedonistic products are those products which are very expensive, which are very unique, and which are very expensive and unique and antiques. Okay, so this is actually for your own understanding, that when a famous personality, when sometimes endorsed to a product, it becomes more trustworthy for the consumer. Okay, let's move to our next slide. Credibility of formal sources or endorser effectiveness. How endorser, like in the previous ad, we saw that a celebrity was endorsing a product. So how the endorser affect? What is the effect of endorser on the promotion of a product? It says effectiveness is related to the message and its ease of comprehension. If your message is very easy to understand, is easy to comprehend, then this is more effective, and your communication will also be more effective. So effectiveness should be there. Then synergy between endorser and the product types is important. There should be a synergy. There should be a link between the endorser, a person who is advertising the product. For example, a sports person, if a Shahid Afridi, you can say, or Babar Azam, if Babar Azam is endorsing a product related to sports, then there will be a synergy, because Babar Azam is in himself, he is a sports person. So there should be a synergy between the endorser and the product. Then endorser's demographic characteristics should be similar to the target. It should, the endorser should look like the audience which the endorser is covering. For example, if an English movie star of, or if a Hollywood star endorses the product in Pakistan, maybe it will not be very much appreciated, because Hollywood Hollywood star is living in a different domain. However, Pakistani public, they are living in a different domain. So endorser's demographic characteristic, his background, his education, his culture should be similar to the target audience whom the endorser is endorsing the product. Then endorser credibility is not substitute for the corporate credibility. It's saying endorser and the corporate credibility, they are not same, they are different. For example, if Shahid Afridi is endorsing an ad, it doesn't mean that the company for which Shahid Afridi is endorsing is also very credible. The credibility of a company is different thing, and the credibility of endorser is different thing. Then endorser's words must be realistic for them. The wording that a celebrity or an endorser is using should be realistic, should be true for the consumers. Then it says studies on the effectiveness of spokespeople and endorsers have found the following issue to be very important. The next time you see an advertisement with a celebrity endorser, try to remember this list and see how many of these points the marketer has followed. These points should be followed for a celebrity who is endorsing a product. Okay. Then credibility of farmer source, other credibility sources. We have seen about endorsement by a celebrity. There are some other credibility sources. First one is vendor credibility, the reputation of the retailer. The retailer, a person who is actually manufacturing the product and is who is going to sell, the seller. So the seller credibility is also important. Medium credibility, number two, the credibility of the magazine, website, or the radio station, the medium that is being used for endorsement, the credibility of that medium is also very important. So it needs to be considered. Another source, medium credibility. Then effect of time, the sleeper effect phenomena when consumer does not remember the source. Sleeper effect is a phenomena in which consumer does not remember the source of the product. So this phenomena is called sleeper effect. So effect of time is also need to be considered so that consumer should not forget your product. In addition to, let me summarize this slide. In addition to celebrity or spokesperson, there are other credibility issues that affect the consumer, as these three issues we just discussed. Sometimes a product or brand is more credible if the retailer or vendor is well known and trusted for buying quality goods. If the credibility of retailer is good, if the past experience of the retailer is good and trustworthy, then definitely the purchases will be higher and credibility would also be higher. In addition, we know there are certain magazines or other media which we cannot believe a thing we read or hear. So how much credibility can you have when placed in one of these medias? Medium credibility, for example, Wikipedia. Anyone can go to the Wikipedia and change the content on the Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is not a very credible media, is not a very credible website. Although it gives information, most of the time the information is true. However, there can be any person can go to the Wikipedia and change that information. So that's why Wikipedia is not a very credible source of information or very credible website. So this needs to be considered. Finally, the credibility from a celebrity, source, or vendor is often forgotten over time. This is known as sleeper effect. As I told you, this is a sleeper effect. Okay, then let's move to next slide. It says the receiver as the target audience, a person who is actually receiving the target audience, personal characteristics and motives, involvement and congruency, mood, and barrier to communication. For example, selective exposure to messages, psychological noise. It may include wandering thoughts like switching topics too quickly. The characteristics of receiver or the characteristics of target audience is also very important to consider. Let me read it from here and explain it for you. The receiver must comprehend and decode the message. When you are communicating to the receiver should be able to decode your message. This differs based on the issue stated on this slide. Let's look at them individually to understand why they are important. Okay. Each consumer is very different as described in earlier chapters. Every consumer has its own characteristics, his own liking and disliking. Every consumer is unique. Their personal characteristics include personality. These are including personal characteristics, the personality of consumer, his demographics, his cultural social background, his social groups in which consumer is associated, and lifestyle will impact how the message is received. These things basically influence how a consumer receives and understand your message. In addition, consumer have different level of motivation and involvement for different product groups and brands. Every consumer has different motives, different motivations, and different involvement for different various products. This involvement and congruency congruency are related in determining the types of ads consumer would prefer. So based on those differences, the marketers, they set their ads, they create their ads based on the involvement and congruency. Congruency means uh, linkages between the consumer and the ads. A given consumer can differ in their mood when viewing an ad, and positive moods are likely to increase consumers' reaction to the ad. If a consumer is watching your ad and he is in positive mood, then there are high chances that consumer will buy your product. I will end my video here, and inshallah I will be coming up with the second video on the same day. If you have not subscribed my channel, you are requested to go to the subscribe button and hit subscribe button. This video series will be included in the playlist of consumer behavior, so you can watch it from there. Okay, I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you for watching my video.